Okay, we have Maxine Kay with us, and she's going to tell us about her experiences at Floral Crest School.
Well, I feel like Floral Crest School has been a very important part of my life, made a great impact on my life, and I just fell in love with the school and especially with Christian education. It is a form of evangelism, at least that's the way I have experienced it. My first experience with Christian education was when I was entering 7th grade. Someone had come to our home from the church and invited us to come to Floral Crest School. After several visits, my mother decided that we should go. She was a Seventh-day Adventist, but my dad was not a Seventh-day Adventist, and he had different ideas. But I feel sure that she was praying, and finally Daddy agreed that we could go. And it was such a wonderful experience for me. I enjoyed it so much. And Dad would say in the evenings when we were alone, "You don't like it, do you?" And I said, "Yes, Daddy, I really like it." And the principal would come to our home. He became friends with my father. And that fall, when the church had evangelistic meetings, he came and invited Daddy and all of us to come to those meetings. And he said, "I'll come take you." Finally, Daddy agreed to go, and we all went to those meetings. And it was the first time I'd ever been to evangelistic meetings. And the Holy Spirit was tugging at my heart every time the evangelist made a call, but I would resist. The next day at school, the students, 2 or 3 of my friends, would ask me if I didn't want to be baptized. Didn't I want to give my heart to Jesus? The teacher asked me, and I resisted them too. But then there was a baptism one Sabbath, and after the baptism, the evangelist made an appeal, and the Holy Spirit was really tugging at my heart. And I was trying to resist, but all of a sudden, I remembered that the girls had just come in and asked me would I go out to speak with one of the elderly men in the church. And I was so sure he wanted to talk to me about giving my heart to Jesus, I refused to go talk to him. But as this call was made, all that made a big impression on me. And before I knew what had happened, I was standing on my feet. I just feel like God really knew my heart, and he sent an angel to just lift me up. And I don't know to this day where I would be if I hadn't gone to church school. I might never have had that experience, and I might never have given my heart to Jesus. So I'm just so thankful that he gave me the opportunity to go to church school. It also helped me to stay in the church because going to church school, I made the friends there, and so when I did come to church on Sabbath, I no longer felt like a stranger because I knew the people in the class, and I was happy to come there, and I learned more about God at the school through Bible classes, through Christian teacher, and I was baptized in January. The following year, the church had more evangelistic meetings, and that same teacher wanted to come take us to the meetings again. And that year, my father and my younger brother were baptized. So Floral Crest School holds a dear spot in my heart because it's made such an impact and such a difference in my life and our family. It was so great to be united as a family, as a believer in Jesus, and go to church together every Sabbath. And it just set my feet on the right path with a determination to follow Jesus. Gave me hope and a determination to just serve Jesus with my whole life. And one of those determinations led to me becoming a teacher. After much prayer, what did God want me to do? I felt that God was calling me to be a teacher. And so I went back to school in my late 20s and became a teacher. And my determination was go to a Christian school again. So I went to an Adventist college, and when I graduated, I was determined that I wanted to teach in a church school. And I prayed about it, and God led to me having the opportunity to teach in Birmingham, Alabama. And it was such a joy to be able to work with the children, to teach them about God and His love and His plan of salvation, and answer their questions. It was just such a joy. I was there for 5 years, and then I came to Floral Crest School, and where I had gone, and that was such a dear place to my heart. And it was just such a joy to work at Floral Crest and teach the children. And some of the greatest joys that I had was what I call learning opportunities, teaching opportunities. When the students just ask a question of their heart, and it might be in the middle of a class, it might be as we came in from recess, or it could be during Bible class. It was some of the greatest moments were when they would ask questions, and I would send a quick silent prayer to heaven that would help me know how to answer this, help me remember Bible text. And I was always so amazed how God answered that prayer and gave me just the right words to say, just the right Bible text to remember. He would just bring them to my mind, and it was such a joy. And the kids would seem to be so intensely interested when that would happen, and one question might lead to another question from another student, and lots of times we would just study the Bible for quite a while, and those were just such joyous moments. And also it was a wonderful experience when the children would give their hearts to God and choose to be baptized and choose to serve Him for their life. So I remained at Floral Crest School for 23 years with all those joys, and now it's a joy to see my students now sending their children there. And I just want to see Floral Crest continue till Jesus comes. I love having a place where the students, the children of today, can go and have the same experience that I did in experiencing the love of Jesus. And even though I'm retired now, I enjoy helping the school in whatever way I can, whether it's financially. As home and school leader, I help with a lot of fundraisers, and it's a joy just to still be working and helping God's school. And I want it to be a place where others can learn about God. So I believe that the school is a form of evangelism. And I just pray that it will continue till Jesus comes, and a lot of children will be brought to, and their families will be brought to know God and serve Him. And the school helps the students not only to be prepared to be a good citizen, and to serve their community here, but also to be prepared to be a citizen of heaven. And Floral Crest School has many people that are serving around the world today. There are teachers, there are pastors, there's nurses, dentists, of course business owners and operators, farmers, welders. That's just to name a few. People are in all walks of life that have gone through Floral Crest School. And I believe that God has blessed it, and I hope and pray that He will continue to bless and guide.
Thank you, Maxine. God bless you. Thank you.